Hey MarvelousJenn, what's in Madrid here doing an astrology reading for you. So you said you're born about 8 a.m. February 91, and that makes you an Aquarius and a metal sheep in the Chinese zodiac. So just to start off with, if you are born 8 a.m. or afterwards, your ascendant sign is rising. And if you are born even 7:50, your rising sign becomes Aquarius. So as long as you know you're born after 8 a.m., yeah, this reading will be more applicable. So ascendant as Pisces gives you a dreamy disposition. It gives you a soft outlook on life, and it makes you seem not with it all the time. Like you might spend a lot of time staring at things or thinking about things, and you're a good listener, and people don't know what you're thinking sometimes. Next planet is Sun. So your Sun is in Aquarius. Now, Aquarian people are generally very individualistic, very independent, and very detached. So they have a great mind, and they have very outspoken opinions. They have a life that they want to lead, and they might be prone to rebelling, but usually they have a good cause for that. Now, Aquarians are also known to be, yeah, detached, I guess. I think that's one of the things I found with Aquarius people. Although they're detached emotionally when they believe in a cause like human rights and whatnot, they'll definitely speak out for that. So, yeah, that's Aquarius. Now, your moon is in Sagittarius. So having moon in Sagittarius makes you very open-hearted. It makes you very optimistic, makes you have a very good outlook on life, and you're probably someone who likes to stick a lot of those sayings like dance like no one's watching, or those optimistic things around your house just to remind yourself to be happy. And yeah, you generally are quite an open and happy person. You like the outdoors, you like religion, philosophy, higher education, you love traveling, you always want to be on the go, and yeah, Sagittarius, quite the happy place for the heart to be in. Now, your next planet is Venus. So, Venus is about relationships and things to do with money. You have Venus in Pisces, so in a relationship aspect, that makes you very submissive, it makes you passive, it makes you take the back seat, it makes you a good listener, and it makes you very understanding. When it comes to money, though, you probably don't know where half your money goes. You probably are very easy to, you probably give up your money very easily, and yeah, that's something you should definitely watch out for. So the next planet is Mars. Now, your Mars is in Gemini, and that makes it sort of so you're a very strong communicator. When you have an opinion, you will voice it undoubtedly, and people will know about it. And you probably also have a broad range of interests. Like you might love talking to a lot of people about a lot of things, but just watch out you don't only understand things on the superficial level. Try to understand them at a deeper level, and when you're with friends, try to really get to know them before you write them off if you do that. Now, the next planet I want to talk about is Jupiter. So your Jupiter is in Leo, and this is quite a nice place for Jupiter to be in. Jupiter is all about expansion, optimism, travel, where you want to work, what you want to do in your life. And yeah, it's got to do with ambition and how forward-looking you are. And I'd say having that in Leo, you are very confident about what you're going to do. If you start a business, you'll be very confident. If you work for a company, you'll make a good employee. And yeah, you'll always be very optimistic and forward-looking and quite confident in what you want in life. Next planet I forgot is Mercury. So your Mercury is quite a distance away from the sun, which is a very good thing. It is behind the sun though, so that's not so good. Basically what this means is you have a great memory, but you're probably not so good at formulating new things, solving things, thinking on your feet, improvising, coming up with solutions. But I'd say you're very good at remembering things. You're very good at reciting facts, and you generally remember what people tell you. Alright, so the next planet, Uranus. So this planet is very important in your chart because it is your ruling planet. And what that means is because it's in Capricorn, you will have a very Capricorn sort of trait about you. You'll be a very Capricorn type Aquarian. So you probably won't be as outspoken, you probably won't be as rebellious as other Aquarians, and you'll probably be much more methodical and much more sort of steady compared to the usual Aquarius. So that's a good place for Uranus to be in your chart. Your Saturn is in Aquarius, and what that means is your courteous, affable disposition, thoughtful, deep thinker, deliberate in action, and usually unresentful. Generally become quite profound in things like art and sciences, refining the mind through study and observation. As a rule, gain good financial prospects through employment or profession by practical application, quiet determination, and faithfulness. So that's a very good place for Saturn to be in. Gives you a more serious outlook on life, makes you more steady, and makes you more mature and more of a deep thinker. Now, you probably spend a lot of your time thinking about art or occult sciences, things like astrology, and you might spend a lot of your time daydreaming as well and thinking about the past. So just be careful of that. Alright, the next planet you have is Neptune. Now, your Neptune is in Capricorn. Neptune generally represents things to do with dreams, illusions, faith, all that sort of stuff, and having that in Capricorn makes it quite solid and steady. I'd say it's a good place for Neptune to be in because it clears away some of the delusions and deceptions that you might have about your life and how you perceive your life. Alright, so the last planet is Scorpio, Pluto. Your Pluto is in Scorpio, and that means you like to study things, especially when it comes to religion. You probably have an interest in things like the afterlife, death. You probably will get married, and someone who is interested in seeing things at a deeper level, and you like to understand things and other people quite thoroughly. Now, it also means you're very sexually charged, and you probably have a lot of physical energy that you need to burn off through exercise. Alright, so that is your chart. So basically, I'd say you're quite a dreamy person, bit of a daydreamer, and you probably think about your past a lot, and when it comes to friends and stuff, you're probably quite passive and soft-spoken. On the other hand, you probably feel like you want to strive and achieve for a lot. You probably have very high ambitions and hopes, and you probably have a side of you that might feel repressed. Like you are by nature very outspoken, very communicative, and very, very ambitious, but all that might be covered by your sort of softer, more nostalgic exterior. So next thing I want to talk about is aspects. Aspects are how your planets relate to each other. And most noticeably, your moon and your Mars are opposite to each other, and Mars being aggression and moon being emotion. You probably find that while sometimes you want to explore and understand things, you might feel really restless and you might get bored too quickly before you achieve your desired results. So yeah, don't give up too easily. Try remain focused on what you're doing. Your next thing is your Jupiter and your Mercury are opposite to each other. So you probably have more self-centered ambitions in your life. Like, you want to start a business for yourself. You want to get rich. You want to do this. You want to do that. But your mind is generally more thinking about other people, and you probably want to do things for the environment. You probably have higher moral callings that you will find conflict with how you want to move through life. So yeah, that's the bad stuff. The good stuff is your moon and your Jupiter are in good angles, and that means your aspirations, your high aspirations, can be achieved because you have the ability and the ambition and the drive to achieve what you really want in life. And yeah, that's always a great thing. Other thing is your Mercury and your Mercury and your Saturn are in good angles with your Mars. So this will give you a fair temperament. You will consider things before you get angry. You're probably quite cool under stress, and you probably keep a clear head regardless of the situation you're in. Alright, so last things I want to talk about is modes and elements. You have 2 things in cardinal, 5 in fixed, 3 in mutable. So cardinal is things that would make you take initiative, make you, want to start things, and you lack that. So you probably find that you just go through life doing the same thing, and that will be a bit frustrating for you sometimes. Alright, so the next thing is elements. You have 4 in air, 2 in earth, 2 in fire, and 2 in water. So it's pretty balanced, bit air oriented, but that's alright. That just means you're more intellectual, more thoughtful, and introverted looking at your chart. Now, I'd say you lack earth signs. So that is the grounding stability to do things, to achieve practical results consistently and be stable. So yeah, stability, probably achieving practical results is what you might struggle with in life a little bit. But looking at your chart, I mean, you have so many signs that are fixed. I think, that will help balance it out anyway. Now, being a sheep, sheep are generally quite caring. Again, they take the background, and they like to just hang around and chill out. They don't need to be in the spotlight. They like hearing about other people's lives, and they like expressing their own lives. So they like being listened to and cared for as well. So it's quite a caring, emotional sort of sign. And being metal gives you a sort of tougher exterior. It also makes you probably like exercising more. If you don't, maybe see if you can get into some water sports or something. I don't know what exercise Aquarians like to do, but yeah, you should definitely do something because you have a lot of energy and you love to travel. So maybe things like hiking or bushwalking, jogging, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, that is your reading. So let me know if you have any questions. And yeah, remember to favorite, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And yeah, let me know how the reading is. Bye.